Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Not good night, stay here. Wherever you may be in the world, welcome to Charging League Racing. If you don't know who I am GingerNut1107, bestly known as Cal, and tonight we travel to round 16 at the Las Vegas Grand Prix with the Las Vegas Strip. And it's going to be round 16 at season 4 in Charging League Racing. We are in the penultimate portion of the season now, or the end of it. We're reaching quite near the end, only about a month to go till the very end. Where are we going though? Las Vegas. What is Las Vegas? Well, the first Grand Prix held in 2023 was a very, very exciting one indeed. The length of the track is around 6.2 kilometers with a track record of about a minute 35.4. I think our drivers will beat that quite easily. So yeah, don't expect that to be staying as the track record for long. The pull run to the turn 1 braking point is actually only 150 meters, so it's not that far at all until you get to that braking point of T1, and the chance of a safety car is about 100%. So we will see what happens here today if the safety car comes out. For me though, I think I have crashed on my screen. I'm just gonna see what's going on, but I'm still on 0. I don't think I've crashed because everyone seems to be moving in the background. No, we are going. Okay, that's fine. Let's continue talking about the F1 where we are. So Las Vegas, we've got a little bit of stats. Also, the pit stop time is 20.5 seconds, which is long, I think. As you can tell, I have not done much prep than I normally do. I am waffling, to say the least. But the track does compromise with its long straights and slow corners. So it is quite a difficult one for strategies where you have to try and even out the chance of high speed downforce and the low speed downforce for that extremely long Las Vegas Strip. So the cars will feel a little bit skittish if you are running the lower downforce with the lower temperatures in around here. They do heat up eventually, but they do start off quite chilly when they first go out on track. Going out on track though is Alex and a V-carb. That V-carb, to say, is a Michael. So Michael, you might not know that name. He is a new man. He is in the V-carb. He's reserve at the moment, but do keep your eye out. It's a name that I recognise from other places, so I think he is going to be a bit quick. We'll wait and see. Another name I also recognise is Stefan. A lot of you won't recognise Stefan, but I do recognise her from another couple of leagues as well. So Stefan, I believe, is a friend of Ellie, who you will also notice isn't here today and won't be with us for the foreseeable. She is off on injury, just like Sleepy Sloth did all that time ago. But yeah, there is your CLR update of the last week. You've lost Ellie on injury, and you've gained 2 new reserves that hopefully be joining us for the foreseeable. So let's look at Michael. He hasn't, obviously, first race in CLR, joined about half an hour ago. So we'll wait and see how he can cope with what should we say, with the thrill of CLR. There's a lot of thrill of CLR, isn't there? We like to go big. Go big or go home is what we say, isn't it? Go big or go home. We go big all the time. We will go big. What I'm going to do at the moment, though, is just pull up the standings because I want to see a nice live update done by yours truly, Igor Boomba, who isn't here today as well. He's away on a little bit of a break. You know, fair enough. We'll have a little bit of a break every now and then. But let's get a bit of comms going on the actual racing. Here comes Michael. His first lap in CLR was his out lap, but here's his first hot lap. Let's see what he can do. He'll be the first one to set a lap, so it will be the bank for everyone else to beat. Let's see how he does. We're already in the end of Sector 1 already, going through what I believe is turn 5. It's turn 5, in towards turn 6, then 7. The chicane comes up on you quite quickly after the sweeping left of 6. Get through the chicane, he does right there, and we go through turn 9. A little bit of a nice, tricky bit of track, and then you have a bit of an easy run through turn 10. blind corner into turn 11, where you then got to slam on your brakes, getting ready for turn 12 just about now. Here he goes. Does he touch the inside curb? Avoids it just nicely through what is turn 12. It's now a very, very long straight towards the end, all the way towards turn 14. This little kink here, turn 13, but where we are now is the longest straight that you want to see. It's a good straight to be on, the Las Vegas Strip. The lights are shining, the fans are gleaming, and we are ready to see what Michael can do as we go towards turn 14, 15 and 16. He takes the curb with absolute perfection up towards now the final corner of this track, turn 17. So we do have a yellow flag in turn 1. I think that's Camilo, but here comes Michael with a 1:31.3, already beating Piastri's lap time. So Michael is better than a proper F1 driver. Dear Alex though, not, as he goes for a 1:33 flat, not very good from him. Creon, 1:32, and Ricardo, Michael's teammate, goes for a 1:31.4, just off of Michael. Bubba, back on top. I would say it's one name we don't normally see on top, but he has actually been on top quite a lot recently, putting himself back up on the top of the timing sheets once again. Let's quickly just get track map up so I can have a quick check of the corner numbers. There we go. And we'll continue looking at who else is setting lap time. So MJB has just toppled Bubba, goes P1, goes a 10th ahead of the McLaren driver, and looks like to be having a little bit of fun with the Haas driver. I believe that will be Dano Stan as well, who has just set his lap time as well behind Furious Appy. Weeby in the Kick Sauber has taken Eleanor's seat. She's up to P4. He's up to P4, taking her seat. Hump's asking for the invite. Let's get him that invite sent. And then we will have a full grid. There he is. Sent your invite there, Hump. I hope you can get in as soon as possible. But yeah, I really want to get this to move down a little bit. Hold on. Oh, too far. Whoops. There we go. Doing the notes on the job. Anyway, looking at our constructors fight, we have McLaren and we have Aston Martin. SNRS captain hasn't actually been here for the last 3 rounds. Luckily, he's kept a seat. Lucky boy. But he is going on a hot lap for the first time in 3 rounds. Bubba, though, on his own, having to score points in McLaren, has done alright. He got 10th in Singapore, which had a fast lap on it. He also got 4th in Japan and then didn't score any points at Baku. The curse of Baku did hit the McLaren team quite hard, and MJB got 4th, 2nd, 3rd. So he's doing his best. He's actually got most of the points. Actually, we do see a Kick Sauber go fricketing off the side there. I don't know who that was. I think it might have been Bijan, sorry. Yeah, and it was Bijan. So Bijan, I believe, probably might be getting a quali ban there for that, as he blocks the McLaren driver. He does jump out of the way now, though, as there's a couple more cars coming around. But yeah, not the best from him. I didn't actually see it as I was looking at the standings. But yeah, MJB has 234 points of the 236 points that Aston Martin has as a team, carrying that the Aston Martin team to glory, maybe. They've still got about 60 points, the McLarens, and with both McLarens representing themselves here today and only one Aston Martin, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. Let's wait and see. But who have I missed? Bijan obviously went up to P3. Max Tier, another good one who's good in qualifying, shocking in the race, is up to P6. Ricciardo up to P7. We'll see how he can do. Most of you remember him as 21. So yeah, that is a name that is new, but it's not actually new to the track. There is SNRS captain doing his lap time. Was abandoned, as we know. I think he'll be going again though. We'll wait and see on that. JR Alex comes back out to go again. He likes to go very slowly on his first out lap, really, doesn't he? As here comes Creon back onto the track. I hope he jumps out of the way of that V-carb. It looks like he will be, as we only have 19 drivers. I was expecting 20, and I don't know why. I will just double check the Discord. Stefani. 2 seconds. Stefani. I hope it's Stefani. I think the Aston Martin, where is she? There she is. She's on track. She's listening to me. And I've just seen that she wants... It's Stefani. Stefani? Oh, when she finishes her hot lap, I hope she tells me. I think it's Stefani, not Stefan. That's my Essex accent coming in. I'm bad with names, people, as we know. I like to butcher the names. That's why I can give people nicknames. Anyway, here comes Dino Stan up into P11. Oh no, he was already there, sorry. Who was the person I just saw jump up the order? That was the Williams team. That was who it was. Reggie, qualifying. Mr. Saturday, he is back again. Up to P2. His teammate, Mr. Sunday, up to P4 at the moment. Three-time world champion, obviously. Can't ignore that. Up to P4, only a tenth or nearly 2 tenths off of MJB. It's quite close to this top 6 really, with 3 tenths covering them, and even Weeby only a tenth behind, and he is going quite quick at the moment, I believe. Oh, who has gone really quick though, it is Captain. On his return, goes straight on in turn 1, getting out of the way of the Haas car. I think that was Dear Alex there, but yeah, SNRS Captain up to P1. Incredible lap time from him in the McLaren, as he does run out of fuel. But, yeah, up to P1, 4 tenths ahead of MJB. That's an incredible lap time. But here comes Hump as well. I do want to cut to some more drivers in a minute, but here comes Hump in towards turn 14 now. We're going to hit the apex quite nicely. Turn 15, cut as much as you physically dare and can. Through turn 16, onto this nice long straight. Give it all now, Hump. This is what you've got to do. Drop everything and go for it. Comes around the final corner, only a good enough for P9. A 131.7 he sets. That's 1 second off of the McLaren. Only 6 tenths off of MJB though, and that's who he wants to beat. Maxter as well has dropped down to P11 after what we thought was a great lap time from him. So people setting their lap times are dropping down the order. Jan Jordanhall is out as well. He's in P19 at the moment. We'll wait and see what he can do in the foreseeable. He's on his outlap, so we'll keep an eye on him. Who else we got that I want to have a look at? We have Rico up to P9 in the Scarlet Red Ferrari. His teammate Camilo, as we all know, did crash out in T1. So that is Camilo's qualifying session over. We'll wait and see on more details from that. What else have we got? Dear Alex, I believe he's on a lap time. He has gone on a lap, but he hasn't improved. We'll wait to see if he's going again. There's the Red Bull, Creon into the pit lane. And then Stefani, here she comes. Incredible improvements at the moment. Will this be a good lap time for her? Improves by quite a lot. Not enough to push her up the order. We'll wait and see what happens with her later on in the session. Maybe a little bit of sandbag from her. Furious Appy as well comes across the line and doesn't improve, or he might have improved a little bit there. But he needs to try and gain 5 tenths to Ricciardo ahead of him. Alpine duo are going across together, giving each other a bit of a tow. Jens seems to be one that is getting the tow at the moment off of the big boss Max tier. We'll wait and see what happens with him. Dino Stand as well comes across the line. Doesn't improve much, I don't think. He might be going again. We'll wait and see on that one as well. There was Mercedes as well. I think that was Humph. Yes, it was. So Humph's up to P10 at the moment. But I think he's going onto his fast lap. Who's that there? I think that might be Mitchell as we cut across. Yes, it is. Mitchell is coming in to turn 16 now, out into the final straight. He's currently in 7th, looks like he's improving, giving everything he's got left in that V-carb. He needs to be kind of a little bit more closer to the inside curve there, but it was good enough for a 2 tenth improvement for P3 there, just toppling off the Williams driver of Reggie. So he set a good lap time. I did tell you, he's one to look out for as he is a very, very quick driver. Ooh, what was that? As we just saw a couple of drivers going slowly. That was just Bubba jumping out the way of the Haas for Dear Alex, who has just improved his lap time. I was going to cut to him until I saw Bubba, yeah, going very slowly and does get disqualified. I think he was blocking the pit lane there ahead of one of the Red Bulls. So the game has disqualified him. We'll wait and see what happens with that. But Dear Alex up to P8 now because of Bubba's disqualification. So McLaren, not going to be happy with that. Not going to be happy at all. Here comes the Alpine duo though. Jens Jordhol is up to P3. Max Tier jumps into the pit lane. I'm assuming he probably invalidated or something like that. And has given Jens the slipstream. Jumped into the pit lane himself. And the Jens up to P3. Beating Mitchell. So good luck from him. I hope it's Mitchell. Might be Michael. Mikkel. If someone can tell me how to pronounce his name, I'd be greatly appreciated. And the same for, I think it's Stefani. I'll just double check the Discord because I did ask. We'll wait and see. But I'm fairly certain it was a Stefani. I'll go with that for now. But here comes a Kicksauber. That is Weeby starting his hot lap in his new team with Kicksauber. Right alongside Bijan and those two are going to be a very tight, tasty fight between them both into team battle as they're very close on track. On track at the moment as well, we do have a little bit of fun going on between Dero Alex, the Red Bull of I believe Creon, yep, and the V-Carb. They have spread out a little bit now as Dero Alex does jump into the pit lane at the moment. Jens as well comes back out round the track. He'll be jumping back into the pit lane, I would assume, going onto a fresh set of tyres as there was a bit of bollard rolling across the track there through the final chicane. But yeah, with 4 minutes 20 left on the clock, I think we'll see Jens jumping into the pit lane as he's wiggling his gearbox for the camera. So been a little bit of a show on, isn't he? Little bit of a show there from Jens. Dino Sand as well was on a lap, I believe. No, he's not. He has jumped out of that one. I think he'll be getting ready to go again though, as there's not much time left on the clock. He'll be wanting to improve. Humph, another one, running out of fuel. Fuel is definitely beginning to affect a couple of our drivers around here today, isn't it? As there's a lot of times I've cut to people and they have no fuel. So wait and see if that will be a problem in the race or not. With the chance of safety car being 100% with the history around here, we'll wait and see. But yeah, it's not what you want to see, is it? Not what you want to see at all. Creon as well was going on another lap. I think he might have abandoned it. Either that, he's going really slowly into turn 12. No, I think he's abandoned it. Yeah. So Creon's abandoned his lap time, getting ready to go again in a minute. Everyone else is into the pit lane. So while it quiets down a little bit, I'm going to have a look through. Oh, she has put it in chat for me. It's Stefania. Stefan E-R. I think it's Stefania. She spells it phonetically for me. We'll wait and see, but I think it's Stefania. Anyway, someone who was out on track though, Weeby. Is Weeby on a hot lap? I can't remember. Yeah, I think so. I think he is. Yes, he is. So we'll wait and see what Weeby does. But for now, I'm going to have a quick look through CLR Thursday and have a look at the previous race results. So CLR Thursday round 1 season 3 was won by Race Brower. In the F1 24 launch season, is that Las Vegas or is that Texas? It might have been Japo, but it might have been Texas because it just says USA. I don't know. Looking at season 2, that was run by JD. That's an old name. Most of you won't remember that. Oh, sorry, that was season 1. That was season 1. Season 2 could have been won by Japo. Where's F1 24 launch season? Can't find it. 2 seconds. I think it's in my little chat with George. Yeah, it's Las Vegas. No Las Vegas on that calendar. So it was just season 1, 2, and 3. Anyway, there's enough about that. We'll come back to that in the race. Hopefully it won't quiet down enough for me to have to look back at that. But right now, everyone's on an outlap, apart from Weeby and Ricciardo, who are on flyers. Let's have a look. Dear Alex is your first one to actually get across that line and get going. Ricciardo has set a lap time, but it isn't an improvement, and he does stay in P13. Camilo's back as well. Didn't even realise he's gone, but he is back. Interesting. Anyway, everyone is getting onto their flyers now. This is crunch time, everyone. This is when everything gets a little bit juicy, isn't it? Everything gets a little bit juicy. Dear Alex, though, through the first sector, doesn't improve by much. Actually, doesn't improve at all. And he does invalidate through turn 8 there. So Dear Alex will have the best position of P10. He's not a Mr. Saturday, we know that. He's more of a Mr. Sunday and does like to cut through the field after qualifying. So he won't be too disheartened, but I'm sure he would have liked a much better result out of qualifying here today. Here comes Rico though, coming into the hard corner here. Turn 12, he needs to get that braking point perfect. He doesn't get it perfect, but he does do well, and he does apparently get purple sector 2. As here he goes down the Las Vegas strip in the scarlet red Ferrari. It's his last lap time. It's everyone's last lap time. And the pressure is well and truly piling on now. Round 16, with only a couple rounds left to go. It's crunch time well and truly. We've gone over what that time was. Down the entire straight, took a while. But we're through now turn 16. It's the line, up towards the line. Here we go, on the final straight with Rico. Dear Alex jumping back into the pit lane. Here comes Rico. Does he improve? It's a 4/10 improvement. Puts in P3, just ahead of Jens. Good for him. We'll wait and see if that changes. Then you have Stefania. She stays at the back, does improve, but not enough. You then have the Red Bull. That is going to be Furious Appy, abandoning his lap time. Dino Stan be your next driver and has invalidated his lap time. Then the McLaren of SNRS captain is going to cross the line. He's currently top by 4 attempts. He's improving. He's going purple. Let's wait and see what it will be at the moment. As he goes for a 1:30.7. Bad sector 3 from him. Doesn't mean he improves. Here comes Reggie and George. Where do they go? Reggie with the DRS. Reggie up to P2. Topples George, MJB, apologies. George doesn't improve. You then have MJB. What can he do? Does improve, not enough to beat Reggie though. Then you have the Alpine duo. Here comes Jens. He's got them ahead of Max, who gets DRS. Max here up to P9, just a tenth away from his teammate, but 4 positions behind. Here comes Humph. Does he improve? No, he does not. Then you have this is going to be Bijan to come across the line. Doesn't improve. He stays P8. Then you had, that would be, Weeby will be next. No, it won't. It will be Creon. Here comes Creon. Can Creon improve? Yes, he does. Enough to beat his teammate. Then it will be Weeby till the final one's across the line, and he doesn't improve. Which rounds off our grid then. SNRS captain is on pole, getting that streak away from NJB, who's been on pole quite a bit recently. So, SNRS captain back on pole. Reggie tries his best to try and beat the McLaren driver, but cannot do it. Only by quite a bit. Only a little bit behind though is MJB by about 4 thousandths. Rico up there in P4 with Jens close behind. Then you have Mitchell, George Gamer, Bijan, Max Tier and Humph. Weeby close behind them. And then you have Dear Alex, Dinosan, Rico, Creon, Furious Appy, and then Stefania, which I'm hoping I'm getting right now. Stefania. I think you have to say the A. We'll wait and see. Stefania does say, though, that she invalidated a 1:32.1, which would have been good enough to beat Creon and Furious Appy. So she did miss out on getting P15, ends up P17 there. Unlucky for her. She'll be looking to improve throughout the race. For now, though, we have got a 2-minute pause. I'm going to run a quick 1:30 ad. Then we'll come back for the action in Las Vegas here in 16. Here in round 16. I'm going to stop and breathe. There we go. Good little bit of breathing. And I've stopped to drink some water as well, because they don't like to do it calm here in CLR, do we? The drivers do like my voice to be gone by the end of the race weekend. We'll wait and see, or the race night, should I say. It's not a weekend. We'll wait and see how this goes here today, but George Gamer does give the reminder for the 2-minute wait. Fingers crossed we do get the said 2-minute wait. Reggie seems to be very happy about second place as well. I'm not surprised. It was a good result for the Williams driver. He's got to try and get past Captain into T1 though. I think if Captain's ahead into T1, he will rock it, and he will rock it away and away and away. And even though I think 25 laps here today, something around that, I think he will be ahead quite early on. We'll wait and see, but that is the time already going. Someone's forgotten to wait. I'm not sure who it'll be, but they'll be getting a Quali ban, so we'll wait and see in a minute. George Gamer, I'm assuming, will know, but yeah, we're going on our formation app, and the advert isn't even over yet, which is a bit frustrating. But welcome back, if we're back already. There's still about 15 minutes yet to go. 15 minutes, 15 seconds. But there's a lot of time left to go in this race. We've probably got about 50 minutes of pure adrenaline ahead of us. And yeah, it's going to be good fun. It's going to be good fun. But what I want to know is your tyres. Here are your tyres. Oh, your tyres aren't that interesting. It's mediums for everyone. No one has gone for a different tyre strategy as Captain just whacks the wall quite aggressively there. So everyone is on the mediums. That's interesting. And normally we do see a couple of hards off the start, sometimes a set of softs if people are being brave, depending on the track. But here in Las Vegas, no, everyone is onto the mediums. I'm sure later on we'll see a couple of different strategy calls, hopefully. Try and spice things up a little bit. But wait and see, won't we? We'll wait and see. We're not too pushy. But we've still got formation up to go. Let's breathe. Let's have a little bit of a chill pill. Yeah. What's going on at the moment? It seems like Weeby's going a little bit slow at the back. There he is in the middle. Got to speed up a little bit there. Try and keep up with the pack a little bit. For those of you who don't know, the rule in real life is it's about 10 car lengths you've got to keep to the car in front of you. We don't really do it in CLR. We don't really... what's it called? We don't... What's the word? Rule it? You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. Monitor it. It's not too much of an issue. We just rather you wouldn't. But, you know, keeping it... It's your own loss. But, interesting about this part of this... oh my god, I am absolutely butchering it today, aren't I? Interesting about this track is that this main straight isn't very straight and does kind of curl round. And you can, yeah, you'll see a lot of disqualifications as the Alpine there. But even Max here is going to be facing quite far to the right. So he's going to have a horrible line. But yeah, you can see everyone else is in the final corner. It doesn't matter though, because Bubba has rounded off our grid. Anyway, as we now go to the 5 big red lights that ignite the silence here in CLR. It is now pure adrenaline. Here come our drivers towards turn 1. Only 150 metres to go for our lead driver. MJB with a cracking start up the inside of SNRS Captain. He tries, doesn't get it done. Does get ahead of Reggie though, who drops down. Jens sticking his nose up his fellow colleague of the FAA team. Can't get anything through. In the middle of the field though, there's lots of moves. And a wing flicking off. That was the kick Sauber. Here comes Dear Alex down in P16. Had a clearly bit of a bad start. Drops 4 positions. Stefania had a great start in the Aston Martin. Up 6 positions. As you see, that was Dear Alex having a little bit of a tank slapper on the exit of turn 5. Getting passed now by Ricciardo. That's not what you want to have off the start. Dear Alex, normally one that's good off the start, and he hasn't shown his class off the starts here today. We'll wait and see what he can do later on. As at the back, there is a collision. That is Weeby. Weeby is backwards, gets that kick Sauber turn back around, but there is definite damage on that kick Sauber now. Furious Appy is behind Dino Stan, behind Bubba, who's behind Ricciardo, and Dear Alex trying his best to get back past and up the field. He's done quite a good job through Sector 2 alone to get back up past Creon and up to P13. We'll wait and see how he can do. Got quite a bit of a gap to the lead now. Camille has fallen off a little bit to Stefania though, who's doing her best. Jens has got past Reggie though. Reggie's not going to give it up too hard though. And there he is. Back round the outside of turn 14 into the start of the chicane, making the ends look like an absolute mug. So there goes Reggie in the Williams. What a move. Absolute class from the Williams driver. And MJB has actually taken the lead off of Captain. That's what we needed to do. Captain needs to be controlled because he will then control you if he controls the race lead. Jens, though, is falling down like a slug. Here he drops down nearly down to P5. Rico trying his best. Doesn't make it stick. And Mitchell does try to make a move. Oh, that was very, very close. There was contact between them both. Mitchell not providing enough room down the straight. Rico getting a bit of a squeeze. Gets another squeeze. Mitchell needs to be careful. There's a bit too much squeezing from the V-carb. Does allow Hump and George game up to get past the Ferrari, though. Ferrari doesn't want to give up too easily. Does fight the 3-time champ and is getting bullied off the track once again. Bijan will be trying to snap up at that now. Trying to bite the toes off of that Williams driver. The other Williams driver, though, doing his best at the moment to keep up with the front two. Good on him. Jens has also done enough to defend off behind, but he wants to be looking ahead for sure. And Rico has dropped down quite a bit. I'm sure he's not going to be happy about that. And it will probably be investigated afterwards because he was really squeezed on that straight. Here comes Dear Alex as well, though. He is going to have DRS, like most of you. If you have the 1 second gap, You have the DRS. Here is the line, and here we go now. Will he get the advantage? He has DRS activated. Let's wait and see. And he's already passed Camilo up at the front. Yen's trying to make a move on Reggie. Not done enough. And it looks like he's lost quite a bit through the chicane. He's got people behind him. Going to be hunting him down now. Here they come. Who's that? Mitchell right behind. Only a 10th. Jens has actually lost quite a bit into that chicane. But behind, here comes George Gamer. Trying to get past Humph. Rico's dropped behind Bijan. Hump looks for a move up the turn side of Mitchell, who tries to make that move on the ends. Behind, here comes Rico, dropping even further down the grid. Gets passed by Max here as well in the other Alpine. Stefania will be the next one to try and gobble up on some more Rico there. We'll wait and see what happens here. But here comes Hump, trying to make the move on Mitchell into 12's turn 5. He goes to the inside in the Mercedes car. On the inside of the V car, can't do enough. The Williams wants to get involved as we go towards the first chicane. Can anyone get an advantage out of this? It looks like Humph is doing the best as we ride on board the Williams, watching Humph try and get round the outside into turn 9 as he gets shoved into the wall there. Mitchell not given too much racing room. We'll wait and see. But Humph trying his best. Now he's got Bijan on his outside. Now inside goes the Kick Sauber. He's going to be past that Mercedes driver. He's going to try his best though to try and stick it around the outside of turn 12. Max here going to try and gobble up at some incident if it does happen. It probably will, as everyone is going to hammer and tong. Down the Las Vegas strip we go now for the third time. Max here looks to the outside. Will he look to the inside? No, he doesn't. He stays behind. Gets that toe off the Kick Sauber. But here comes Stefania on the inside of the big boss on her first race. Goes down the inside into the first chicane. She's made the move stick. What a move from the Aston Martin driver. Up to P9 she goes. Up at the front as well. We did miss it because all the action seems to be in the middle. Captain's back into the lead of the race. And in the middle, what is that? George Gamer into the pit lane. Is that for wing damage? I think so. Same for Mitchell. Early pit stops are not what you want to have in this race. As yeah, there's probably going to be a safety car later on. Ricciardo as well pulls into the pit lane. All three for front wings. So that's not what you want to have here in Las Vegas at all. The top four, though, have pulled away with all this fighting. And there's more fighting going on. As here comes Stefania past Bijan into turn 5. She's now up to P6. Dear Alex, out of nowhere, has ended up in P8 after being in pretty much last on lap 1. He's gained about 10 positions through 4 laps. That is absolute class from the Haas driver. Here come the Ferrari drivers, side by side though, in the first chicane. Still side by side as they come out of it. A little bit of tyre banging and a little bit of too little room there from the Ferrari on the left. They have stopped fighting. I'm sure the Ferrari principal, Fred Vasseur, is not going to be happy bunny, but they're still going at it. The Scarlet Red Ferraris into turn 12. Hammer and tong. Gets past Camilo, fast Rico. What a move from the Ferrari driver. I'm sure Fred Vasseur has got no fingernails left. As at the back of the field, Creon has gone straight on at turn 12. Missed the braking point. Lost his front wing. Has got going once again, but not what you want to have at the back of the pack. MJB, though, is back past at the front. We want to see some of the action at the front, but all the action in the middle of the pack is absolutely thrilling. My voice is already getting a hammering, but we want to see this action. It is absolutely insane. Here comes Captain. Can he do anything into turn 1 as we go into lap 5? Stays behind, so does Reggie. Jens is just sitting there with his bucket of popcorn, probably sharing it with Reggie a little bit at the moment. Stefania, though, doing her best at the moment in P6. But here comes Bijan as we ride on board. Dear Alex, around the outside of turn 3 he goes into the kink of turn 4. Dear Alex is trying to go side by side with the damaged Kick Sauber. He's got a front wing end plate missing. Can't do anything to get past as Bijan tries to make a move on the Mercedes driver. The Aston Martin has got past. Humph makes a little bit of a mistake. Hits Bijan. Here comes Dear Alex trying his best to get past them both, but has to stay behind as Humph does cede position to the Aston Martin. Stefania doing absolute class to get past there. 12 positions gained as she is ghosted at the moment. I'm not sure why. There you go. She comes back out of it. But she is doing a proper job here in the race compared to her qualifying session. Gained 12 positions into lap 5 already. Camilo as well as Bubba have all had insane starts. At the back though, here come George and Mitchell side by side in the first chicane. Mitchell on the outside, George on the inside. We see them come round turn 9. Mitchell does clear the wall quite hard there. Not what you want to have. And he has changed that front wing. I think he comes out unscathed. We'll wait and see. As we go back to the front, you can see a lot of drivers hammering on, a lot of weaving at the back. But at the front, here comes Bijan on the inside. The Mercedes gets it done before the chicane even arrives. Then we go back on board with Bijan. He has made the move stick. Humph falling away a little bit. Maybe he's pulling into the pit lane. Yes, he is. That'll be for wing damage, I believe. As we see him pulling into the pit lane. Is it for wing damage? Yes, he's missing that front right end plate. So that's another driver to come from the compromise of the wing damage here in Las Vegas. A lot of hammer and tong here. So yeah, it's not to be unsurprised. But there's a move by dear Alex on the inside of turn 3, trying to get past Stefania. He has made it stick. There comes Bijan as well, trying to make a move, and he's made it past Stefania. The Algerian driver, with a great start after about lap 2, has rocketed up the order and then has been double passed down the straight, the first straight of DRS, on lap 6. Unlucky her, she can just get her head back down and get going again. Max did though in P8, has a lot of popcorn to eat at the moment, but he's probably going to want to drop that popcorn and keep on trying to move forward. He hasn't gained anything at this point of the race. He'll definitely be looking to gain a little bit more. Dino stand though, right on the back of Rico, as Rico's teammate is making moves, and here he comes, Camilo. Look towards the inside of Max here on T12. Can't make it stick at the moment, but dear Alex is past Stefania, as we saw earlier on in the lap, and is now looking ahead. The front 4 is where he wants to get past, but here comes Jens towards the inside of Reggie, towards turn 14. Can he make anything happen? He's tried here before. Does he make improve from his mistakes? Yes, he does. Jens improves from his mistake and gets past Reg, but Reggie's experienced. He knows what he's doing. Back on the inside towards turn 17 as we go towards lap 7. Reggie's got back past Jens, and Captain is back ahead of MJB. So these lot going hammer and tong still. I did see a little yellow flag, and Camilo has dropped back past behind Dino Stan and Rico, but he's got a huge amount of overspeed on the 2 of enemy. Dives to the inside, tries to make the move stick, but he has to back out a little bit there, as them 2 are still going side by side as we go towards turn 3. Going to hammer and tong are these 2, just for P10 and 11. Even at the front, the same fight, the same amount of aggression is being provided by our drivers here today. Lots and lots of excitement, but there goes Rico, making the move on Dino Stan, who drops to P11 on lap 7 with the DRS on the firm Sky Red Ferrari. It's quite a quick car. Dino Stan probably just a little bit of a sitting duck as Bubba tries to pull away from the drivers behind him, and is doing enough at the moment. We'll wait and see what can happen from this. But at the moment, some of your bigger names, George Gamer, Humph, Mitchell as well, good big name from qualifying, at the back of the pack, already on the hard tyres, will probably be looking to go to the end of this race. We'll wait and see with the tyre. I'm not sure how it is around here, but I'm sure it's pretty high with the heat of America. But Mitchell, Humph and George in P15, 16 and 17, not where they want to be. But up at the front though, MJB is back past Captain. He's back into the lead of this race, and it looks like they pulled a bit of a lead on Reggie. So there's nearly a second gap for that Williams car ahead of him, and if he loses that second, he'll pretty much lose out to that top 2 fight, as you need the DRS to stay involved around here in Las Vegas. We'll wait and see what happens. Obviously, the Las Vegas Strip DRS zone has been shortened massively compared to last year. Last on F1 23 and the season before, it did come out quite a long way, pretty much to where Creon is around now. DRS was about here. It's not for another good 100 meters, so it does prove how they wanted to try and, make the advantage a little bit less with the DRS. Bubba into the pit lane as well. That was for a wing change, I believe. Early pit stop. Don't want to be doing too early pit stops, but I think this might be getting to cut into the window for the medium tyres. We'll wait and see as he comes out just ahead of George Gamer. So good strategy call from the McLaren team. Although he is in traffic, but who are still going hammer and tong though are Dino Stan and Camilo. 2 drivers that have experienced here in CLR going to hammer and tong as Mitchell gets another 3-second time penalty. I believe he already had one. I'll just show you. Oh no, Mitchell got a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that's not what you want to have. That is his first 3-second time penalty though. Back up at the front, we will just have another check. Here comes Reggie. Does he have the crucial DRS. Yes, he does, just within a second when he went over the detection point. So, looking ahead is where he wants to be going, but Jens behind him was putting quite a bit of pressure on the Williams car to try and make that Williams be looking in his mirrors more than he's looking ahead. We'll wait and see what Reggie can do, but at the front, these two, MJB and Captain, showing what they used to be doing at the beginning and the middle portion of this season, going hammer and tong. We'll wait and see, as here comes Bubba going past George Gamer. No, he's not. George Gamer's getting past Bubba. There he goes in towards turn, I believe, 14 there. Yes, it is. George Gamer up to P16, not where he wants to be as a 3-time world champion. He'll be looking to improve. Obviously, has already pit though, so anything can happen, as Weeby is another driver to put into the pit lane early on. Is this for a wing change? No, it is not. This one is to fresh tyres. It's early in this race to be going for fresh tyres, but it is what Weeby wants to do, so we'll wait and see how that plays out for him. MJB, though, and Captain are going hammer and tong in the middle of the lap. There's no DRS down this bit of the straight as we head towards what is now turn 11. MJB has got back past the McLaren, and Reggie is right there. Up in P3 is Reggie. He was losing out quite a bit to the top two, but he's back in it now. Reggie in the Williams and the Jens are well and truly back in this race, back into that fight for P1. But here comes Captain for the fight in P1. Here he comes in the McLaren, tries to squeeze in that gap to the outside. MJB provides a bit of a gap. Camille goes straight on at turn 12, and it's brought out the safety car in CLR round 16. Camille has gone straight on at turn 12, and his race pretty much ruined. Well, you could say it's ruined. He's out. Early pit stops now. We will see, I'm sure, people coming to the pit lane. Captain's fight for the lead on that straight has been stripped away from him, though. He's not going to be happy about that, as he was well and truly going to get back past MJB. But now MJB can sit snug like a bug up in P1 for a little bit longer behind the safety car. But as we just drop through your order, you can see pretty much everyone at the moment, and it is pretty much everyone, into the pit lane. There goes Dino Stan as well. You can see Furious Happy coming in behind as well. Mitchell comes back in after already pitting. Humph is into the pit lane. Bubba, he's already pit. George Gamer's already pit, and these two both stay out. We'll wait and see for Weeby, Ricardo and Creon. But up at the front, there's been a little bit of movement. So you've got MJB still at the front, Captain close behind. You then have, that is Reggie in P3 still. Dear Alex has actually managed to get past the ends. This is going to be because of the pit lane. It is horrible round here, and most tracks. If you're at the end of the pit lane, massive advantage. And Dear Alex has got that advantage. Maxter as well has actually got a bit of an advantage. Not sure how, but he's up to P7. Stefania is up in P6. Bubba up in P8 again now after pitting early. Same for George Gamer. Pit early, down in P9. Then you have Bijan, Rico, Dino Stan, Weeby, who pit early, just before the safety car, so he's going to be miffed off. Humph, who pit again, back onto another set of mediums there for the Mercedes car. I'll just show you how many times people have stopped as well. Ricciardo on the hards in P15. Then the double Red Bulls on the hards, and then Mitchell as well has also gone on to the mediums once again. 15 laps remaining in this session. There's a lot to play for, and yeah, all our drivers pretty much on an even playing field, apart from George Gamer, who's on those quite worn hards now, but he's got back into the race compared to where he was. And Humph and Mitchell, very quick drivers, but will probably have to pit again unless they can nurture those mediums to the end. Just to note, Mitchell has served that 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and Furious Appy has got another one, has got a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So if you wanted to know that, you do now. Looking at your changes across the grid, Dear Alex, after a horrible start, is up to P4. Stefania as well, with a pretty poor qualifying, is up to P6. Same for Bubba, getting disqualified in qualifying, up to P8. Everyone else has dropped down a little bit to let the people at the front pass. Wait and see how it plays out at the moment though. But so far, it has been an absolutely incredible race. I'm just going to run a quick 1 minute 30 ad roll to give you some pre-roll. To give you no pre-roll. And so I can drink some water, because I need it. But at the moment, you'll get 48 minutes of pre-roll. Pre-roll off, which means you'll get 48 minutes of extremely exciting action, I'm sure, which will take us to the end of the race, I'm hoping. with only about 14 laps to go now. Furious Happy is back into the pit lane to serve that 10-second time penalty. There he is, serving his 10-second time penalty, getting off the hards onto the mediums as well, whilst he is in the pit lane. So Furious Happy, the same as Mitchell and Humph. Can he be looking to the end? I don't know. We'll wait and see there. It's something that I want to keep an eye on whilst watching the action unfold throughout this race. The safety car might come in this lap, and I think if Furious Happy does close up, which he probably will, as we've only just reached the end of Sector 1, he's in about the middle of Sector 1, the safety car will come in at the end of lap 11, bringing us on to lap 12. MJB will lead us off as he comes through turn 9 now. We'll wait and see how early he tries to launch away. But at the moment, whilst it's just the VSC, I will, the safety car, I will just show you and talk you through the previous winners in Friday tier as well, because we did it on Thursday tier. In CLR Friday, round 3, season 4, that was a Las Vegas race, and that was won by MJB, his first race in season 4 actually, and he came in and won that race. Looking at season 3 in Friday tier, the same again, we have USA and we have Miami. I don't know if USA is Las Vegas or not, and if it is, it was won by Limitless Draco. Some of you recognise the name, some of you won't. Very, very quick driver. He pretty much won every race he came to. Same as Apple, if you remember that one too. And not Furious Happy, Apple. It's a completely different person. But yeah, there you go. If you didn't know, you know now. But whilst we went over that little bit of current or previous racing action, our safety car is coming back in. Bert Meyerlander, who had a little bit of a sandwich early on, has had to cut that sandwich meal break short, come back out, and he'll be going back in to enjoy that sandwich, as Ubisoft said, or once upon a time. Anyway, MJB is going to have to put that popcorn back down in the cockpit and get ready to launch us once again. Here they come towards turn 17, and MJB is away. He is gone captain quite early, as he has put that pedal to the metal, and he is away. 4/10 lead to the McLaren, and Reggie as well has actually been a little bit caught napping as he is in P3, doing his best, and Bubba gets past Max here. At the back, Ricciardo has a bit of an incident and is backwards, so that's not what you want to have here with the V-car driver. Both the V-cars in last. The Red Bull team as the senior and sister team not having a good day. Helmut Marko is going to be a very angry man at the moment. I wouldn't want to go near him. Here comes George Gamer though, on the 6 laps old hard tyres, probably about 8 lap old hard tyres now, gets past Max here, and George Gamer is on a hunt. The 3-time world champion had a poor start and is going to be an angry man. As here comes Max as well, getting pushed off a little bit by Bijan. I think he'll be looking to try and get back past on the exit of turn 9. Can't get the traction down early enough and does have to settle for P10. Even now, here comes Rico trying to get a move done on the big boss. Can he make it on the inside turn 12? No, he does not, as he doesn't brake early enough. But Hump has broken really, really late. Tries to get past Darno Stanley, managed that, but he couldn't get it stopped in time and runs right in the back of Rico. Rico's having a horrid race at the moment, the poor guy, as he is down in P14. Fighting now with Weeby, but back at the front, MJB has done quite a good job to stay ahead of Captain. Reggie as well, up there still. Mr. Saturday doing quite well on the Sunday, up in P3. Dero Alex is closing back up. Jens is still probably going to be scratching his head. Someone trying to understand how Dero Alex got ahead in the pit lane, but up behind there, you saw Rico in the wall again. I'm not sure who that was with. I think it might have been with Mitchell, but yeah, Rico in the wall once again. Here in round 16 of CLR Thursday, he's not having a good day at the moment. Down in P16 on round 16, poor guy. But here comes Captain. He's having a good day, looking for that lead. Can he get past MJB as we go towards turn 5? He looks to the inside as we ride on board. Gets a little bit of a squeeze from MJB. Ends up having to stay behind that Aston Martin car as we go to the T-cam. We go to the inside of turn 7. Can he make it stick around the outside of the chicane now? Towards the inside of turn 9 he will go. We will see them come out of turn 9. There they come side by side still. Captain does have to stay behind though. But he is very, very close. Just over a tenth separate these two. It is very, very close. Can he look to the inside of turn 12? No, he can't. He'll get the DRS though as we go down towards the second chicane of this lap. The second and final chicane of this lap on lap 13. Here he comes. DRS activated, not just yet. The line is well late now. Here we come across the line now. DRS is activated. They're going side by side. Captain on your left, MJB on your right. They then switch around, and MJB drops behind. He'll be a little bit of a sitting duck as DRS also gets past Reggie. Jens is trying to try and make a move as well as he's in P5. But DRS up to P3, back on the podium. The same three names you recognise. Captain, MJB, Alex up there on the top three once again. Wait and see which order it will be in, or if any of these people behind, Reggie, Jens or Stefania, on her first race, can make a dent on these top three drivers. Bijan as well on the inside of turn 1, tries to make a move on Bubba. He does close the door quite quickly. Bubba with a huge tankless slapper after a little bit of contact with the kick bar. George Gamer ends up getting back past Bubba as well. But here comes Bubba with DRS. Is it enough to get past the Williams driver? No, it's not. But up at the front, MJB and Captain are going at it again as we go back towards the chicane. It's the same as it was last lap. Side by side, Captain on the left, but he's got a little bit further ahead than he did last lap. Is it enough to get past? We go in towards turn 9, still side by side for the lead of this race. Captain, once again, isn't very good at getting the traction down on the exit of turn 9, unlike MJB, and has had to settle for P2 again as there's a yellow flag at the back. It's Creon and Rico. Rico back in the wall. Seems to be his place he wants to be today, as Jens has been passed by Stefania as well into turn 12. So he's down to P6, and his teammate down in P10 with a bucket of popcorn. Here comes Mitchell as well, and then P14 past Furious Happy in towards turn 12, so good move from him. And then up ahead, we go 3 wide. Dear Alex, though, gets the lead of this race for the first time. Captain tries to get past MJB, and he does so. And Stefania tries to make a move on Reggie. Can she make it stick on the inside of turn 16? She can. Reggie with a huge tank slap, but nearly takes out, that would have been Jens there. Can Bijan try to snap a lovely thing up from that? No, he cannot, as Creon gets a 3-second time penalty. At the back as well, we do see a little bit of action between Rico and Creon. Ferrari and Red Bull going at it. Can Rico do enough to get past as we go towards turn 1? He goes to the inside in the Ferrari. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. Creon has got wing damage, a little bit of an easy move. As we now go back to the front fight, here's Captain trying to make a move on Dear Alex back for the lead. MJB close behind, and Jens is making a move for P4, trying to get back past Stefania. He gets a 3-second time penalty in the Alpine. Stefania covers off the door. Can Jens make the switchback? No, he cannot. Very well covered off by the Aston Martin car there. Doing a great job to fend off the Danish driver. I'd like to quickly stop and breathe and drink. Well, we keep going again. Here comes Jens. Can he make a move to the inside turn 12? No, he can't. Reggie close behind. Getting a little bit of a love tap from Bijan there. And that is Reggie into the wall. He's lost his end plate. No, Reggie missed the Saturday. I said he was going to be a bit of a Mr. Sunday today, and that is his race over pretty much. He's going to have to come in and change that front wing, and he'll drop into the back of the pack, because he is, already down to P9. There he goes. Bijan, though, back. He gets past George. He gets back past Stefania and tries to make a move on the ends. He couldn't do anything there, though. And MJB gets past Captain and has quite a lot of overspeed. As he goes to the inside of Alex, he's losing that overspeed now. Maybe running a little bit more downforce down the hash driver, but he's still ahead as we go towards turn 1 now. He has got that inside line. Is it enough? Alex doing his best to try and defend it. Little king of turn 2. Reggie retires into the pit lane. Oh, unlucky Reggie, unlucky for you. But here comes MJB at the front. Can he do enough to get past Alex? Yes, he can. Alex, sitting duck without the DRS, and has dropped down to P3. Now has brought Jens back into it as well. As Dear Alex has a huge tank slapper as we go into turn 5. Jens tries his best to close up, and he is doing a grand job as Bijan and George Gamer are close behind. I don't think Reg is a very happy bunny at the moment. I'm sure he'll be reporting that incident from, I believe, Bijan going very late into turn 12. But we'll wait and see in a few after this race to see what the FIA think as well. I think there'll be a few reports on a few drivers here today. But Reggie, P18 at the moment. At the back, Creon has been done by Rico, and then Rico then goes past Furious Happy as well. Up at the front, we have a huge train from P1 down to P10. Everyone is within a second of the car in front, which means everyone can have DRS apart from MJB. As we go over the line now for that DRS, Captain has it activated. That rear wing wide open on the Papaya car to the inside of turns 14. He goes. MJB with the overspeed and does get out ahead after the chicane. Good racing between these two. Can Captain do anything as we go towards turn 17 now, the final kink of lap 16? He is nearly trying to make a move. He's got the overspeed. He's got past MJB. Who's later on the brakes? It's going to be Dear Alex, who nearly gets past both of them. Tries his best to get past MJB, but can't do enough. And who's going to get the traction down early enough now as Bijan gets past Jens? Now it's a 5-way fight for the lead as George has dropped away a little bit there. Here comes Bijan. He's going to get past Dear Alex and Jens as he has there. You see him rocking up, locking up a little bit, but does keep it within the white lines and is onto the podium position. P3. Bijan, the Dutchman, is doing absolute wonders as Furious Appy's into the pit lane, I believe, with a front wing change. And yes, he is. As Stefania also gets a 3-second time penalty for warnings. That will affect her later on in this race. But Sitrep, Captain is in the lead. Not for long though, as here comes MJB. He has the overspeed as we go towards turn 12. He's on the inside and he's passed. Here comes MJB, 25. He's rocketing in that Aston Martin. Back up into P1. Can Captain do anything? He will have the DRS, but here comes Bijan. There's a yellow flag and another safety car. Everything stops once again as Rico is sideways on the exit of turn 9 and the race is pulled to a halt here in CLR around 16 for the second time. We have got about 8 laps to go. Our drivers have been on the hards for about 7 or 8 laps now. Yeah, 7 or 8 laps. Will we see the strategy be split now? Do anyone pit? Do anyone pit? Does anyone pit? Let's wait and see. Here comes MJB. He's into the pit lane. Captain, though, stays out. Bijan is also in. Dear Alex in. Jens stays out. George is obviously going to pit. Bubba stays out. Stefania, she pits. Max Tier pits. Humph pits. Dino Stan pits. Mitchell, though, stays out on that medium. Humph decides to come in on the medium, though. Dino Stan, as we saw, is in. Weeby is in. Ricciardo is in. Creon is also in. Obviously, Rico will come in with the wing damage. But up at the front, the 3 drivers that didn't pit, the 4 drivers that didn't pit, is going to be Captain, Jens, Bubba and a Mitchell. These lot are going to have to take these tyres quite a long way compared to everyone else. You have a lot of mediums. You have the mediums of MJB, Bijan, Alex, George, Stefania, Max Tears onto the softs. Hump's gone back into a set of hards, trying to get rid of that previous Warner medium. Dino Sam onto the softs, Weeby onto the mediums, Ricciardo onto the softs, Creon onto a set of mediums, Rico onto a set of mediums, and Furious Appy onto a set of softs. That is your current sit rep after this safety car. It's going to be about a lap or two, because obviously on the turn 9 there was a lot of debris. It was cleared on track, but the game will still delay for a little bit. We'll wait and see what happens to these top 3 though, as obviously yeah, they're going to be a bit of a sit and duck through the corners with these worn tyres. McLaren at the moment, though, will be hoping this race gets called off here and the points stand. That would be a great result for them compared to Aston Martin, who will only be scoring points with MJB in 5th. There we go. I quickly need to breathe and stop because there has been so much action here in Las Vegas. We've had 2 retirees so far, one being the Ferrari of Camilo and one being the Williams of Reggie. There's been a lot of action so far, hasn't there? A lot of action, and my voice is paid for it for sure. But it's what we like to see, isn't it? We like to see this action. It's what we come for, isn't it? It's what we want to have. But at the moment, we will wait and see as we continue on for another lap here with the safety car. I was wondering whether Captain Jens or Bubba might pit. It would drop them to last place pretty much in the field, even with the safety car, because the field is so close together. But this is going to be such a tricky time on these more worn tyres. So even Mitchell as well on the mediums, but it's not going to be very, very fun as they're so worn out. You can see the shine on them is not very much there. It's a bit more glossy now. Same for the drivers in front. Even Jens, there's a little bit of graining on those tyres. So yeah, he's going to be in the struggle. We'll wait and see. The Max here on those lovely new softs, you can still see that shine on the outside of the tyre. of the nice fresh soft tyre, and he's going to only have to do about 5 laps on them. So at the end of the day, if you're on the soft tyre and you saved a soft tyre from qualifying, you're in a very, very good spot. Even the medium tyre, if you have the extra medium tyre to use, which Hump didn't obviously, you're gonna be in a good spot with that extra bit of overspeed. Looking towards our current penalties though, because obviously this is going to play a big role towards the end of the race. Jens and Mitchell have both got 3-second time penalties. Up at the front, that would drop you quite a bit. That's not what you want to have on a race that is this close together with the late safety car. Same for Stefania with a 3-second time penalty. She'll drop back as well. Creon with the drive-through penalty. I believe that was for speeding on the safety car. So unlucky to him. His race will be a little bit wrecked from that. And Rico with 2 3-second time penalties for track limits, getting 6 seconds overall. So there you go. Looking at your current position changes, Bubba showing his absolute class, not pitting obviously, but he has had a very good race getting up to P3. Captain doing a good job. At the moment though, lots and lots of drivers doing their absolute best, and there's a lot of green position changes up there, isn't there? Lots and lots of good improvements from our drivers here today. But at the moment, the safety car is in. Instead of it being MJB, who's down to 5th, it's going to be Captain. That will lead us away onto lap 20. We ride on board with the McLaren, weave in to get some temperature and some actual grip into that hard tyre. And he goes. He's away. Does he do enough to get away from Jens? Yes, he does. And Bubba, though, gets an absolutely incredible start. Can he get past Jens towards turn 1? No, he can't. Hump gets past Max in the middle of the field, but everyone else has been a little bit stale, apart from MJB, who is past Mitchell. MJB on a very good hunt at the moment. Can he get past Bubba as well? Looks to the inside after turn 4, and he is going to be doing his best. No DRS at the moment. Can he get past? Bijan as well has got past Mitchell, showing that extra grip on that tyre. You can see how much more an advantage they do actually have with the fresher tyre. But MJB is past 2 drivers within 1 sector, and he's got Jens in his sights. At the back of the field though, Stefania, I think there's a little bit of an issue there. Cuts the corner, does get past Dino and Humph. Not sure if that will stand. I know it still says to the safety car, but there's not. Here comes Humph though, on the Warner hard, trying to get past Dino on the fresh softs. Not what we want to see as a Dino Stan fan. That's a funny word, Dino fan. As a Dino fan, do you? You don't want to be a Dino fan at the moment, as he has just been passed by Humph up to P10, doing his best. Obviously, they're not fresh, but they haven't been on the track since about the start of the race. Here comes Dear Alex, though, trying his turn to get past Mitchell, and Bijan as well has got past Bubba, or at least tries to, as we see him through the final chicane, does get past Bubba. In towards turn 15, he does that through. Good move from him. George Gamer, another driver, to get past Mitchell. Clearly showing that not pitting is a huge disadvantage. DRS will be available now, though, for the final 4 laps. We'll wait and see if anyone can use it down that Las Vegas strip and get that extra advantage. But MJB will want to use it down this straight here to get past Jens and bring his fight back to Captain. Jens not want to give it up too easily. Does give him a bit of a squeeze. Captain using his brain and does cover off MJB quite a bit there. Tries to give Jens an easier line, but doesn't phase MJB with that fresher tyre. He's got an easy line, and with Captain struggling on that hard tyre, you can see him with a huge tank lap slapper into turn 7. MJB is into the lead as we go on to lap 21 at turn 9. Captain learns some mistakes and gets the traction on really, really well through turn 9 and has got back ahead of MJB. MJB of the overspeed into turn 12. Can he do anything to get back past? Yes, he can. But can Captain, with now the DRS, later on in this straight, get past MJB and try and defend another lap? We'll wait and see, as Jens is going to have Bijan for company, maybe even Alex as well. We'll see if Alex can do anything. But up ahead, Captain definitely wants to do something and is looking for that move. Gets past MJB, who's a bit of a sitting duck. Here comes Jens, trying his best, can't get past. Bijan has to stay behind him, and it is a little bit stale as there comes Stefania, trying to make a move on Bubba. Bubba with the front wing damage. Stefania trying her best on the inside towards turn 17, towards lap 22 we will go with the Aston Martin car. Can she do anything? Still side by side towards turn 1 they go, as it looks like Stefania is later on the brakes with the fresher tyres and is past. Bubba dropping like a duck now, isn't he? Dropping like a duck. Jens is another one to be dropping like a duck. Mitchell, but the only one who is managing to do it, as there's a little bit of an incident there. Looks like Alex has been done by Jens. Jens also gets past Bijan, but then Bijan gets back past Jens. We go towards turn 5. Here comes Bijan. He's back ahead into the podium spots. Alex gets a bit of a squeeze from the 12 lap old hard tyre on the Alpine. Looks like Jens is clearly struggling a little bit with Stefania close behind. Humph and George again were showing the same bit of track very, very truly, as he gets a huge squeeze there from Bubba. I think George has, lost both his end plates. The Williams team having an absolute stinker as George is going very, very slowly, letting everyone pass. I think he'll be retiring from this race by the looks of it. Yeah, he is. It looks like he's having a bit of an issue there after getting squeezed massively from McLaren. Unlucky for George and the Williams team together. Not having a good day, as Sauber need to have a good result, and they are, with both drivers, one in third, one in ninth. And at the moment, MJB in the lead. But Captain looks to the inside as we go towards turn 14. Can he get back into the lead of this race? Yes, he can. Captain back into the lead on the very, very worn tyres he's on now. Is going to be screaming for help, but he's doing his absolute best. As Hump is backwards, I believe. Yeah, there he goes again. Getting back going again, but he's dropped down to P14. Down there with George Gamer. George Gamer clearly struggling as well, as I believe he's pulling into pit lane. Yes, he is. So that is George Gamer's day over, unless he goes for a fastest lap. Unless he wants to go for the fastest lap. Is he going to go for the fastest lap? We'll wait and see. I think he is, and yes, he will be. George Gamer is going to get that fastest lap. Who has the fastest lap at the moment? It is Bijan. Wait and see if George Gamer has enough overspeed on the other guys to try and get that fastest lap with the fresh tyres, as he is strapping on that soft tyre at the moment. Up ahead though, MJB is in the lead of this race, only with 3 tenths to Captain. He needs to get that 1 second advantage by the time we reach the straight and reach the section point. Can he do it is the question. I think he's trying his best, giving everything that Aston Martin has to offer. Can Captain do anything though to try and keep within that second? Otherwise, dear Alex will be snapping at the heels of the McLaren car. But I think the McLaren has done its best to try and keep up with MJB, and I think he has, as dear Alex has gone purple sector 2, absolutely flying up behind there. Mitchell and Rico into turn 12 have gone straight on. Mitchell retiring from the session. Rico again losing another, doesn't lose a front wing, but does go straight on, having a horrible race at the moment. But here comes Weeby and Bubba going side by side. Weeby with the fresh tyres is ahead. He needs to do this for the Sauber constructors. Obviously, he's only going to be for Sauber for about 4 or 5 races, but he wants to do the best he can for the team. But here comes Stefania trying to get past the Weeby, the kick Sauber. Can she do it on the inside turn 17? The penultimate lap we will go on to now. Weeby goes wide, and Stefania does get past a kick Sauber. It's a good move from her. Dear Alex has ended up in the lead as well. We did miss that, but here comes MJB trying to get back past him. Can he do it? Does stay behind by the looks of it. Captain doesn't like staying behind people and goes for the move. Rico retires in the pit lane after a little bit of a horrible race for him. But can Captain get past MJB? No, he couldn't. He did try to make a move though, didn't he? He definitely put his nose there. Bijan trying his best. George Gamer. Jens doing his best to try and keep up. With that worn tyre, he's going to struggle. And Bubba gets back past Stefania. With that wing damage on the McLaren, he is absolutely flying, considering those tyres are so tired as well. He's doing a good job at the moment in the McLaren, showing his experience here in sim racing, especially in CLR. He's a very good OG here in the McLaren. But the other McLaren is going to be looking ahead. Also behind though, because here comes Bijan on the 6 lap old mediums. He's going to be a lot more quicker, and he is. We get to the DRS as well. Can anyone be any quicker than anyone else? Bijan, as we go 3 wide. Dear Alex has been mugged without the DRS. MJB not with enough overspeed, and Bijan up into the lead as we go into the final lap. in a couple latter corners time. MJB's got back into the lead as Bijan massively misjudges his braking point. Dear Alex giving Bijan a huge squeeze, nearly causing calamities for both. As we go through the final corner side by side, Dear Alex and Bijan go. MJB covers off Bijan, and I think he was going to have to try and do his best as he has a huge tank slapper. Captain has to move to the inside of the track, gets a massive squeeze. Luckily, the McLaren car was ghosted there, and it is going to look like MJB has the lead at the moment. Yes, he does. Alex is going to try and get past here. Can he get past? No, he does stay behind at the moment, as the top 5 are very, very close. Anyone can win it. Even Jens, if he plays his cards right, has the chance to win this race. Here comes Captain though. Everyone just wants to stay behind. Everyone wants that DRS onto the final straight, as it is the final lap of this race. Anyone is on for a win here. MJB won't get that DRS though. The crucial DRS of the Las Vegas strip. It's a call that he's gonna have to play now. He's pulled that card and he's got to play it. You can't change the cards you've been given, but you can change how you play them. And let's see how MJB plays it. He does his best. Can we see? Here comes Dear Alex. Bijan doesn't actually have the DRS. He's fallen out of it. He's played his card very, very poorly. Captain might even get past him, as yes he does, but for the lead, here comes Dear Alex to the outside of MJB. It's the final overtaking spot, is the chicane. He goes for the switchback on the Aston Martin through wall B, turn 16. MJB keeps the lead. I think there's a kick salve on the wall, that will be at the back, but we want to see who's going to win this race. There's going to be another photo finish, possibly like Baku. No, it's not, as that is Dear Alex across the line for another win here in CLR Thursday. MJB has to settle for P2. Captain gets P3. P4 will go to Bubba in the McLaren. No, it won't after penalties. Max here ends up in P4. Ricardo ends up backwards across the line with Humph. Not sure what happened to them, but you can't crash across the line, so that might be a disqualification for both. Weeby P7, Jens up in P8, Dino Stan P9. Bubba, after finishing about P4, gets P10. Stefania gets P11 after an incredible race from her. Bijan, I saw that she had a bit of a crash in the final chicane and gets P12. Then it's your double Red Bull team for P13 and 14. And then it is the the Williams of George Gamer. Rounds off the grid. Driver of the day is given to Dear Alex. I will do my driver of the day in a minute, but for now, we got some podium celebrations to do, and I've got to need a little bit of breathing to do. So there you go. After another thrilling race, lots of action, lots of accidents, but it was definitely a thrilling one. Dear Alex does come back out on top, as yeah, he likes to be on that top step. He's a driver that these two have been keen to be ever since he started racing here in CLR Thursday, and they are doing their absolute best. But with your results here, George Gamer, I can confirm, did end up with the fastest lap of this race down in P14, which means he won't get the extra point for it, but he will end up getting that nice little bit of credit on the race results. Looking at the retirees, it was Reggie, Camilo, Mitchell and Rico, but I believe Rico and Mitchell will both get finishing stats because they did do 90% rule of the race. Looking at the driver of the day, who do we give it to? I mean, he's had it before. He's had it a lot of times now, but once again, Dear Alex has shown absolute class. Starting, P12, I believe it was. He's finished P1. Once again, clearly showing what he has to offer here in his lovely CLR career. And yeah, this season, he is in his prime. Everyone has had a very good race. Even Stefania, on her debut race, has had a very, very good chance to go and be up there. Penalties are unfortunately affecting her to the end of this Grand Prix. But yeah, Dear Alex will be the driver of the day. But that does bring us to the end, I'm afraid. Round 16 is over, and it is over with another Haas on top of the podium, top step of the podium. Roshi Hunter, also known as Rico, is in chat. Says, hey mate, hello, if you're still here. But other than that, we'll be looking now towards next week. next week, and tomorrow, but we'll talk about Thursday first. So next week, we'll be going for round 17 of Season 4 here in Charging League Racing. And that will be held at Canada. So it isn't in it's the same continent, just a little bit up north. We'll be going to Montreal. Tomorrow we will be going all the way back towards the Middle East, and that will be your flyover to Bahrain. That will be for Friday tier with George Gamer, hopefully. If he is available, he'll be commentating over that one. Other than that though, it's been a bit of a crazy race. I think there'll be a couple of reports, but it's definitely been an exciting one indeed. Other than that, I think I need to go rest my voice. It's been a crazy one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a follow on the Twitch. If you want to join in with any of the clips and the excitement we got from that race, make sure you drop a follow on the the TikTok. You can drop follows on there. Make sure to like the videos and what's it called? Interact with them to make sure we get lots and lots of coverage. And the only other thing I need to advertise is the CLR YouTube channel. If you want to catch up with any of the previous races from this season and the pre-season, which was always a crazy one, the Dumb Ways to Die George famous clip, that's on, that's there. You can go back and watch back your previous CLR Thursday and CLR Friday races all the way from round 1. Other than that though, that is everything that I need to tell you. So I hope you enjoyed it here today. I most certainly did myself. For now, I will see you next week and tomorrow for CLR Friday. And that is CLR Thursday out.